Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski, I'm a Chief Analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is daily analytical report where I will show you the situation on the markets right now and the last day of this week. As always, we need to start with the macro calendar, and just now we got data from Eurozone. So we got inflation from Eurozone, which came in line with expectations. But that's not a surprise because most of the data from Eurozone is in line with expectations. It's not like in United States where we do have huge differences between what is estimated, what the consensus is, and the actual number. In the Eurozone, it's usually in line with expectations, so 2.1 and core inflation 1.1. Euro is slightly stronger right now, but without anything superficial. Overnight, we got a speech from Reserve Bank of Australia Governor Philip Lowe, and he didn't say anything super interesting, and Australian dollar didn't change much overnight. I think we are more or less on the same levels than before the speech, so nothing new. In 3.5 hours, we'll have also inflation CPI from Canada. So this one will be definitely an important reading. If you have a position on Canadian dollar, be aware of the fact that in 3.5 hours, the volatility should increase. As it is the last day of this week, we need to see what is going to happen in the next week, because if you want to open a position today and you're a swing trader or a long-term trader or a short-term trader, but you do not close your position on loss, so maybe you will have to keep it over the weekend, you need to know what is going to happen next week. And on Monday is usually very quiet, and it's not different this time. And on Tuesday, we'll have meeting minutes from Reserve Bank of Australia and a speech from the Bank of Australia Governor. So definitely super important day for the Australian dollar and also for the New Zealand dollar, as we have GDT price index, which is important for the New Zealand dollar, as New Zealand is the biggest exporters of the dairy products. On Wednesday, retail sales from New Zealand and retail sales from Canada, also along with FOMC minutes. On Thursday, we start the symposium in Jackson Hole, and we will have monetary policy meeting accounts from ECB, along with the PMIs from Eurozone and also from United States. And on Friday, we continue with the symposium in Jackson Hole, and that's pretty much it. So this week was pretty busy. The next week will not be so busy as this one. Only important data for the currencies from anti-PAUD, so New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar, and that's pretty much it. Jackson Hole Symposium can be influential for the American dollar. With that being said, let's move to the charts, and as you can see, few minutes after the data from Eurozone, euro is weaker at the moment, but it's nothing. It's not a strong drop, it's a few pips, and this pair is in a sideways trend. But actually, let me start this analysis, this daily analytical report, with the analysis of the euro dollar, which is the most important instrument. And most probably you do have a position on euro dollar. First on a daily chart to see the big picture. So we do have an activation of this head and shoulder pattern, as you probably know, a bit too far. That is a neckline of this formation. Most recently we had the symmetric triangle here and here, and now we're having a buyers are trying to come back to test the green area as a resistance. The comeback was initiated 2 days ago, and the formation that you're seeing here is inverse head and shoulder formation, left shoulder head and right shoulder. But as you can see, this attempt from the last hour to break the neckline is, as for now, unsuccessful. That was a nice upswing and now a reversal. So that can be a very negative factor for the buyers. Obviously, it would be nice for the price to test the green area. I bet that many people would love to see the movement towards this blue line. So an upswing here. But with failed breakout of the neckline, this is less likely to happen, unfortunately. If you don't have a position on euro, dollar, maybe you would like to, you're waiting maybe for the higher levels than those. Let me change the color here, maybe for the black. Okay, so I would absolutely love to see the movement towards 38.2 here, or even 50. So here to 50 and then a bearish reversal. That would be a nice sell signal. But we may be getting sell signal as we speak right now because of the failed inverse head and shoulder pattern. So definitely in the longer term, the sentiment on euro dollar is negative. Euro to Australian dollar. What we are having here, we had this triple test of this horizontal resistance, rejection. Now, well, the price is holding pretty high, but this pair tends to have periods with a sideways trend, downswing, sideways trend. Most probably a downswing. That's what is what the technical analysis is trying to tell me, in my opinion. Luckily, I have a short position here, and I will show you that on a live trading session, which will start in 50 minutes. Luckily for me, by having, if you have a short position here, you do have positive swaps. So you're buying the currency with higher interest rates. And that's what I'm doing. And I can keep this position open because overnight, especially on Wednesdays, I get additional money to my account, and this type of trading is called carry trading. And if you do carry trading, you get additional money overnight because you're buying the currency with higher interest rates and you're selling the currency with lower interest rate, and this is good for the long-term position investing. So in this instrument we do have a negative sentiment still. There is this, most lately we have this horizontal resistance, we have this dynamic resistance here, we have this dynamic support. We need to rearrange this so it looks like that, and we should see the breakout of the lower line of this formation and movement towards the yellow support. Swiss franc to Japanese yen. Here all it counts for me is the situation on a weekly chart. Why? Because we have this double top formation on a weekly chart, we have this horizontal, so I'm gonna delete market watch window. We have this horizontal support here, then a breakout, then a pullback. A pullback ends with the two shooting stars on this horizontal resistance. Then we break the lower line of the wedge formation, which can be better seen on a daily chart. Then we test this line as a resistance, and now the price is going down. In my opinion, candle like that on a weekly chart is a negative factor, and we should see a further downswing, and I would love to see this. So for me, the situation is still negative, and I have a short position here as well. American dollar to Canadian dollar. Here we are all waiting for the data, but everything looks good here. So this is a daily chart, long-term uptrend, support, support, support. And this, look at this. This formation is a bullish engulfing. So bearish candle, bullish candle, come back above the red area. That is a positive factor. Next candle is positive. Now we're waiting for an trigger. But price being above the orange area is a definitely positive factor here. Price being close to the dynamic resistance is a positive area here. And we should see a further upswing. All we need for this is slightly worse data from the Canada. Because worse data from the Canada will decrease the demand for the Canadian currency and we should see an upswing here. So that's what I'm waiting for. A quick reminder, 3 hours, 20 minutes CPI from Canada. And now Australian dollar to American dollar, where I am waiting for the reversal towards the green area. Is that an inverse head and shoulder formation? Well, the left shoulder is not the prettiest one on the record. This is inverse head and shoulder formation, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. And now we have a comeback to the green area. And we were talking about that yesterday on a Trading Sniper video. I was telling you that most probably we'll have an upswing towards this green area. That's what's happening. Today we do have new highs. And we are waiting for a further rise. Australian dollar to Canadian dollar. This one is a good one because we have a V-shaped reversal. But I'm waiting for the weekly chart to finish. Because on a weekly chart, what you can see here is a hammer candle with a super long tail, which is showing us this V-shaped reversal, but in a bigger time frame. And this orange area, you can see that it's pretty important, right? Orange area was a support and it was broken. And price coming above the orange area will mean a false breakout of this area. And a false breakout would be an ultimate signal to go long. Would be an ultimate signal to buy. And price closing above this will be an invitation to go long. Australian dollar to Japanese yen. Here we had a double bottom formation below the horizontal resistance. I seldom go to the lower time frames, but on the lower time frames, what do you have here is a pennant here. A pennant below a resistance should result with an upswing, especially that we do have a double bottom formation here. So on Australian dollar to Japanese yen, we may be experiencing first step for a bigger reversal. Going back to euro to Australian dollar is here. The strength of the Australian dollar should also be seen. Anyway, Australian dollar to Japanese yen, right? Euro to Swiss franc. In euro to Swiss franc, I was telling you about this double bottom formation or inverse head and shoulder formation with a really small shoulder, breakout of the neckline, and that's also a double bottom formation left, first low and second low. We broke the neckline yesterday. We broke the neckline of the double bottom formation, and now the price is aiming higher. Which can be a very positive factor, because that would mean that it was a false breakout of the neckline, and false breakout should result in a movement in the opposite direction. But I will also give you one hint. Always when you have a head and shoulder formation, you can connect the top of the head and the top of the right shoulder, and then a price coming back above the blue area will be definitely a denial of this, and that will be a super strong buy signal. Now British pound to Japanese yen. Also that is a pretty sweet sweet trading occasion. So you remember this neckline of this head and shoulder formation, which was broken last week because it's a weekly chart. We had this, well, it depends. You can leave it like that, and you can add another uptrend line like that. Okay, both of them were broken, tested as a resistance, here tested resistance, and now in the long term we do have a super strong sell signal. The thing is that the price may come back to the green area and then a further drop, but in the long term there is a strong sell signal. On cable, I was showing you yesterday that the price breaking the downtrend line and climbing back above the green area will be a buy signal here, but that was a false breakout, and we did false breakout yesterday. We are trying false breakout today, and nothing. The price cannot hold above the green area, which may be an invitation to go short. The trigger to open a short position will be price closing below the blue area, because that's an ultimate support for now. Once the price will close below the blue area, that will be a sell signal coming from this wedge formation, right? Downswing, flag, downswing, wedge, downswing, flag, downswing, wedge, downswing, most probably. As for now, we are defending this lower line, but it may be a good occasion for a sell stop order. American dollar to Swiss franc, still locked in this sideways trend above the orange support, short term and mid term, and the actually long term and mid term, and the mid term horizontal resistance marked with a green color. Breakout of the lower green line will be a buy signal. Breakout of the lower orange supports will be a sell signal. Swiss franc, Canadian dollar to Swiss franc, weekly chart, that is a sell. On H4 chart, that is an, yesterday we had a chance for a sell. Not yesterday, but 2 days ago. Well, yesterday too, because the price created head and shoulder formation. But we say that all the time. For the sell signal from the head and shoulder formation, you need to see the breakout of the neckline first. If you don't see the breakout of the neckline, there is no signal. If there is no breakout, there is no sell signal. Here, no breakout, no sell signal. Breakout of the green area will be an invitation to go short. Canadian dollar to Japanese yen. Weekly chart, that is a long-term setup. So not for now, but there is an invitation to go short. Left shoulder head and a right shoulder, but we are pretty far from the neckline here, so it's not a signal for now. It's not a signal for the next few weeks. It's a signal for later, next few months probably. The price is trying to create a head and shoulder pattern. Maybe on H4 chart it does not look good. On D1 it's better. Price closing daily candle below the blue area will be a signal to open short position. Now DAX is defending this horizontal support. Breakout of the green area will open us a way towards this neckline of the head and shoulder formation. Left shoulder head and right shoulder. So that can be possibly a very negative situation. As for now, we are good, but the Grim Reaper is very, very close. It's not the best place that you can be on the DAX. It would be better if we were much higher and there would be no head and shoulder pattern here. But there is one, and we have a clear places where the downswing, proper long-term actually recession on stocks, a bear market, where it can start. Now gold with absolutely amazing setup. So gold found a bottom, which can be seen on a daily chart because the price created a doji. Obviously it would be better to see a hammer, but doji is fine. Why is it an important low? Because look, if we connect lows since the June 2006, we are on this place right now. But what is even better, look at this. If this is a top, this is yearly, these are yearly highs from April. If this is a yearly low, and we'll put Fibos, from this point we can measure the retracements. And this one is 23.6 and it's in line with those lows. This one is 38.2, it's in line with those highs and those lows. This one is 50, those highs, those lows, and 61.8, those lows. I never seen anything like that before. That all Fibonacci retracements are in line with the recent highs or lows, with recent supports and resistances. So I would love to see the price bouncing exactly from here. That would be pretty amazing if the price made low here and then went higher. Obviously V-shaped reversals like here are do not happen very often. So we may get a double bottom formation, for example, or a head and shoulder formation, but this one, I would love to keep this Fibo here, those lows here, so a double formation like that, and an upswing, and that would be amazing. Oil broke the ultimate support, which is uptrend line which connects higher highs since December 2017, higher lows, I'm sorry. In the same time, that's a triple top formation, first, second, third. In the same time, we broke the horizontal support, which was a resistance, support, support, resistance, support. We broke it 2 days ago, and now we're about to test those lines as a resistance. A price bouncing from that resistance will be a strong sell signal, and we also have this downtrend line here. So definitely price getting there and creating bearish reversal will be an invitation to go short, and pretty good one. British pound to Australian dollar, that is an interesting setup, guys, because in the long term we have head and shoulder pattern, left shoulder, head and right shoulder, which suggests us a further drop, and that's a pretty strong suggestion if you can see the breakout of the neckline here, breakout of the neckline, then a pullback, and then we have a pullback, and pullback tests this neckline, and pullback tests the horizontal resistance here, and pullback draws two shooting stars, 1, 2, and after this rejection, and two shooting stars on a daily chart bouncing from the horizontal and dynamic resistance. That is a strong invitation to go short, like for example here, two shooting stars, maybe not in a row, but still a good one. And where were we? British pound to Australian dollar. So on a daily chart, that is a good signal to go short. If you believe in this, so downswing, correction, end of the correction, downswing, that is an excellent trade in terms of the risk to reward ratio, because there is this support and we should aim this support eventually. So we have a 200 pips stop loss, 700 pips take profit, which is pretty good risk to reward ratio. And euro dollar, as you can see, euro cannot get a grip here and is going a bit lower. What else can I show you is definitely, I'm sorry, not the tick chart, is definitely a Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is having a small reversal. And the reversal is not happening also in the random place, because that is a super important horizontal support, which has to be protected at all times, has to be defended if the buyers want to see a further upswing. And let me show you the closest resistance. It's here, but there is also another resistance here, and this one, let's say purple one or violet, is important because it is a neckline of this inverse head and shoulder formation. And why neckline is important? Because this upswing started with the neckline tool, left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder. So if we have another neckline on this important horizontal support, that would be pretty significant from the technical point of view, if you believe in the technical analysis. But this is a left shoulder, this is a head, and this is a right shoulder. And breakout of the purple line, violet line, will be an invitation to go long on the Bitcoin. So if you're a fan of this currency, definitely you should see this. Also, I would love to show you American dollar to Russian ruble, because of the situation in Turkey, right? And here you can see a huge upswing, which was expected by us. You remember that we are talking about the long position here based on the fact that we do have this symmetric triangle and double bottom formation here, and then a symmetric triangle, and it's on the record. It's on our daily analytical reports, and even on trading sniper videos. So we do have an upswing from this triangle, and that is a negative sentiment for all the emerging markets currencies, and we're climbing higher, and all emerging markets currencies are now suffering because of the situation in Turkey. But it was expected from the technical point of view. I even had a long position here, but the swaps are not very good, so it was pointless to hold this long position inside of the triangle. You could have waited for the breakout, but anyway, I have other positions, but it was a good one. It would be a good one if it would be still opened. So guys, this is the situation on the market right now. That was a daily analytical report. Let me recap the situation for you. So euro to Australian dollar, that is sell. Swiss franc to Japanese yen, that is sell. American dollar to Canadian dollar, that is buy. Australian dollar to American dollar, that is rather buy. Here we can get a strong buy when the price will break the orange area. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, that can be a strong buy if the price will break the green area. Euro to Swiss franc, that is rather buy. British pound, Japanese yen, long-term sell, short-term possibly of an upswing. British pound to American dollar, possibly a strong sell when the price will break the blue area. Here, rather buy. Here, rather sell. Here, rather sell. Here, hard to tell. Gold, I would love to see an upswing here. Oil, short-term upswing, long-term downswing. British pound, Australian dollar, that is sell. Euro dollar, long-term sell, short-term possibly a buy. Bitcoin, as for now, long-term sell. And American dollar to Russian ruble, long-term buy. So thanks very much for watching the Trading Sniper, the daily analytical report. Remember that trading and investment in financial markets involves an element of risk. Do not forget about that. And in the meantime, visit our Twitter account and our website alpari.news. Thanks for now. Now we'll have a short break, and after that we'll have a webinar, live trading session. So I will show my strategy, my system, and I will try to teach you my approach to trading. Thanks very much, guys, and goodbye.